They'll start this drive going to the air. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Quarterback may change this route. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This offense comes out clearly wanting to throw the football. Nothing good on first down with incompletion. And how about this? You've got to protect your quarterback. That is priority number one, and they give up a sack on play 2.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Leaves it with the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Got his man downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Rides the back on the option, the give. Touchdown Bulldogs! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
If the offense continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
He turns that loose down the right side. Oh, it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. Take it off the board and back it up. This penalty will wipe away the touchdown. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
Right down the middle. That's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming. You really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for him.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Slithers into space. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
They just needed inches. Instead, they lost 3 feet. What a play by the defense. Here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Dead center perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Buffalo was able to cap off a close one inside UB Stadium with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. This drive will open from the 15. Looking for space. It's Thomas. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
He's got the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Clemson.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down.
22, water.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. He might want another play. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. First play of the period will be a second down. Sends it back in motion. Wants to fire on second down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David's got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Punt is in the air. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. They go to the ground, and he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving.
Here we go.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, what great discipline by this defense. They didn't sit on routes short. They take a shot down the field on 3rd and short. Questionable shot, probably. Nice job being disciplined and getting the interception.
Yeah, just because you have the shot play called on 3rd down like that as a quarterback, that doesn't give you the freedom to just throw it down there if he's not open. I think that time he forced it into traffic, and that's why it got picked off.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He'll pull it down and run. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Georgia lining up to fire it away. They boot it away. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to the ground. Turning it on! And the defense drags him down.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
Here we go, here we go.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Leaves it with the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the tailback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws.
And that's the play the defense finally needed, man. They were getting gashed early. First 2 drives, they gave up 2 touchdowns. They knew they had to be able to get off the field. Great job creating the incompletion there on 3rd down, now setting up 4th.
Georgia sends out the punt team.
On to punting.
A low line drive and not his best work. That's where they'll mark it down, and the next snap will come from just inside the 30-yard line.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you could tell they caught up with him and forced the fumble.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Oh, he's got some space. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Makes the grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
To the air on 1st down. Got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield very late in the half. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got it! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Clemson, 0.
Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down, and set up a short yardage on second down. It makes play calling easy.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver at his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO feed. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away...
Time to take a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it wasn't an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
Breaks into the open. Got enough for the first. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for the score. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! And the stomping has commenced. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside his... And he pumps it up inside the 20.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Trying to get out from the shadow of their own end. It's 2nd and 5 from the 10. Looking to fire. A strike downfield. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They just keep firing. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, this defense has been dominating their opponent all game long, and I think you're really seeing the fruits of their labor on the recruiting trail. They have got some dudes up front, out of high school, in the portal, and those guys are just wreaking havoc on this offensive line.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Georgia.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go, here we go. Watch out, roll over.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Gives it on the option. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On the option. He'll toss it. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
What I like about this running back is he can do it different ways. He can hurt you running between the tackles. He's got great vision, but he's also got a lot of speed. And I love the fact that this offense can go option. They can trust the quarterback to make the right decision, pitch it out to him wide, and then you see the speed. There's so many different ways in the running game. This guy can hurt you, and you saw it right there on that long, explosive play.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Motion from the back. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Firing to the right, complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not on this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
To the air on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Barmore. Lowers those pads. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Lets it fly. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. And he's brought down, but this interception, a huge play to end this quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set. a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Backed up now, here's second and long. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
At the 32-yard line. And that's a first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. And he throws another interception. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Slings it downfield. Got his man all by himself. Turns on the Jets. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Virginia Tech looks like a legit contender right now. That offense is just having its way so far. They're up by 24 over Syracuse. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls in the deep ball. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
This has been a frustrating day. They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
To the air on first down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
Gets the back moving. Wants to throw again. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
They'll send the back in motion. The offense changing the play. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Offense, you got to do a better job. There's got to be more sense of urgency protecting your backup quarterback. You've already lost your starter due to injury. Now that the backup's in, you know you're going to have to hold on for just that split second longer, and they weren't able to do it there.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
You got to give this defense tons of credit because they have been lights out. They have not allowed a single point so far, and a big reason why is how well they're playing on the back end. They came into this game knowing the offense was going to try to throw the football, but they're not giving anything up, and another great job that time in coverage.
Gonna let it fly. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Quickly complete. Across the 25, he's got room. And another big play by this offense, and if they are playing, not thinking about the scoreboard at all, there's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Complete in the middle. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
And his offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop it.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Gonna run it. It's Barmore. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll run the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit and throw the football around.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. Off the play fake. Dances away to buy time. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Well, it's been that kind of day for the offense, and this quarterback specifically. They've had their chances. They've had opportunities throughout the course of the game to get some pitches and catches and make some explosive plays, just not able, though, to hook up. And you saw it on that 4th down play right there. They're trailing by a lot of points because those are the throws you've got to make if you're going to win games like this, and they just have not been able to get it done.
From the gun, running back on the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.